Hello and welcome to this week's AMA, Ask Me Anything. I have got two wonderful questions to answer for you today, and as you can see I am in the studio office, and it's lovely and sunny, so I thought I'd throw the doors open, and I hope you also get the added benefit of birdsong and nature and a little bit of that whilst I'm answering these questions for you. So one question I've got is around an existing practice and then how you get started with your opting in people into a new service or a mailing list. And the other question is around offering something free on your website, and then the kind of juxtaposition that leaves in our industry around, you know, the stress of emails and things like that. Two very great questions. So I'm going to start with starting off with a mail list question, and just share with you a little bit about kind of GDPR and ways in which that you can do that to make sure that you're following the guidelines. So the background of this is, how do you go about sending an email to your mail list to introduce a new service or a newsletter if those people weren't initially asked about marketing options? So and then kind of to get the majority of people to sign up. So there's two ways that you can go about doing this. The first way is via Outlook. So effectively, if you've been in practice for quite a while and you've got lots of past clients, under GDPR, you are allowed their personal information because they're your client and you've been offering a service to them. And now you're basically saying, you know, I've got this new service, would you be interested? Now, the biggest thing about GDPR is you have to positively offer and ask them if they want to sign up to something. You can't just kind of sign them up and not tell them. It's about being respectful and being responsible. So you can get a new Outlook, start a new Outlook email and BCC, so blind CC. And that means not everybody will see each other's email addresses. Put in all of the addresses that you've currently got. Write a lovely email telling them what you're starting, the benefits that they'll receive, what kinds of things that you'll be talking about in the blog or the newsletter or whatever it is that you're doing. And then in MailChimp or Aweber, you can set up a sign up form and then get the URL for that. And if you don't know how to do that, I covered it in the courses, so go back and have a look. You get that URL and then you can put, you know, if this is something that you want to be involved in, you know, click below and then click here to sign up, and then hyperlink that to the URL for the sign up form. Now, the benefits of this is a lovely personalised email. It comes from Outlook, so the likelihood is that it'll go into their inbox, and you're positively asking people if they want to sign up. The downside of that is, from an admin point of view, it's a little bit clunky, and also you're asking your list to do an extra step by kind of the signing up part. So it works, but you won't get kind of many people that sign up, so the sign up percentages are smaller. The second way to do it is if you go onto Aweber or MailChimp and you create a new list, and you tag people as old client, or you create a list as old client. Effectively, you're saying the reason that I have all of these email addresses is because they signed up to my services. So the reason that you have them is because they've already signed up to your services. They've already said yes to your services. So you can, in the back end, you can add all those subscribers to that mail list. Effectively, the only reason that you're going to ever use that mail list is it's an old client mail list. What you would then do is create a broadcast and say, this is the service, this is the benefits, this is what I'm going to be doing, and to sign up, then click here. The reason that I like this is because in Aweber and MailChimp, you've got a few more options to make it look good. So you can put your brand in there, you can put a button that says sign up here, and you can use that as a hyperlink. And you can also say, if you don't want to communicate with me anymore, just click unsubscribe at the bottom. So effectively you're giving them an extra way to to say, actually don't, I'm not interested, and you can have an up-to-date list of who wants to continue that communication with you and who doesn't. So from a GDPR point of view, it's clearing up your mail list as well to ask them whether they want to be communicated with or not. So it's a nice way of getting that kind of confirmation. But you're only adding them to the new newsletter if they say, yes, I want to be added. So again, it's a really kind of positive sign-up process. The benefits of that is because you're working in the system, you're working in your autoresponder system, the names are already in there, so the process for you becomes a little bit easier and a little less clunky, and everything's kept in the same place. The downside is if you're sending the original email from those systems, it might fall into junk email rather than the inbox. So 2 ways there that you can do it. So you can choose either. In terms of GDPR and what's important, it's about getting their consent, so and making sure that your client has got choice and control over what they get communicated with. The second way, part of GDPR is about being very clear and asking them what they want information on. So the second way allows you to get 2 forms of consent. Number 1 is, do you want to keep on my client list, do you want to keep that communication? Number 2, do you want this newsletter? So it kind of separates out the information that you're going to send them, so it makes it a bit clearer and a bit more precise. You must tell them if any third-party controllers what they do with that information, so do look at that and just make sure that you're letting people know if anybody else has access to their information. And keep a record. And the beautiful thing about the MailChimps and the Awebbers is they will keep that record for you. They'll make sure that only people that have signed up will be on that list. So it's a really great way of making sure that you could go back if GDPR ever asked you. You can say, yes, I know that they got the consent, because they wouldn't be on that list unless they'd ticked to say, yes, they want to be on that list. Okay, so the second one, is it worth offering something for free on your website in order to get an email address? Does that practice sit well with you because of the work that we do? A lot of the people that are on I help are therapists and consultants, and they're kind of in those helping professions. So does that sit right in terms of, helping people to reduce their impact of stress by sending them emails into their inbox? Is that the right thing for us to be doing? I've got kind of 2 parts of this. The first is an options in terms of the online technology, and the second part is more of a strategy and an approach thing, and a kind of part of the marketing. So the first bit in terms of the actual physicalities, the idea with this is to welcome people into your world, into your services. Ultimately, if you don't have anything on your website, there's people going and looking at your website for that information, and they want to continue that relationship with you because they want some help, but there's no way in which to initiate that contact, so then they'll just go away and go and find somebody else. So that's the reason why it's a really regular practice. It's an easy way to do it. Is here's, would you like this? Sign up, kind of, let's continue that conversation. But you don't have to do that via email if that doesn't fit your brand, your personality, or your business. There are lots of different ways that you can initiate that conversation and get that contact with those people. So have a think about maybe all the different ways that you could do that. So I have seen other businesses that have done, sign up here to a free challenge, like a Facebook group that people then opt into, and you communicate with them via Facebook. There's also a system that you can use where it does it through Facebook Messenger, so it delivers whatever it is into the Facebook Messenger, and then you can send them an email, a Facebook message saying, how was it? What do you like? So in terms of the fundamentals of doing it, it's about starting that conversation with somebody. And I think the more important question is making sure that that is an authentic way to communicate with them. It's less of a marketing, salesy, and it's more of a service. So don't put a freebie on your website to collect email addresses. I think that is very salesy and it's not very nice, and it leads us into this, oh, I'm just going to be spamming people, sending them emails when they don't even want it. And that kind of leads on to the second part, is the mentality here is my emails are going to be in the way, they're going to be causing stress. And the fact is that if you're serving things that are helpful, things that people want, you're not just sending emails for the sake of it, then you are leading that customer along a journey and you are helping them every step of the way. Those things are not in the way. So make sure that you're having quality conversations with your clients and you're welcoming them on the journey and delivering really good, valuable content all the way through. Not just going, oh, I'll just put these emails together and send them out weekly just because that's what I do, because that's when marketing becomes pointless and salesy and not very nice. So it's less about the actual function of how you do it, it's more about what you say and the relationship that you build with those people and the way that you do that. So you can write an email that's very welcoming, very supportive and very helpful. That email will be welcomed and enjoyed by your clients, and that's the kind of framing that you want to put into your marketing efforts, no matter whether that message goes through as an email or it goes through as a Facebook group or it goes through as a Facebook Messenger or it goes through any which way you want to communicate. It's just about getting those people to communicate with you and welcoming them into your services. So effectively, you've got a load of people visiting your website, lovely people who have got challenges and want your help. They read your stuff, they think, oh my gosh, this person's amazing. Then what? What's the thing that's the next step for them to take? And you can do that in whatever way that you want. So if you want help with the strategy side of it, then my strategy masterclass can help you with that. And we'd look at what's right for your business in terms of that option of how you're going to do that, how you're going to get to talking to people. It's important that you make very clear on your website what that is, and you make that step a really easy step for them to take. It's a welcoming step. It's a, you love this, let me help you, not a salesy kind of, trap people and cause them stress. So yes, it's more of a make sure that the strategy that you use is right for your business, it's welcoming to your clients, and that you're providing something that's full of content and help and support, not something that's a sales process just done because you feel like you need to do marketing, because that's going to come across as stressful in the inbox. You want people to really be delighted when they see your communication, that you're helping them and communicating with them, not feel, oh gosh, it's another email and it's in my way. So I hope that you found those 2 questions helpful. Please do keep them coming. Just email them to zoe@builditbrilliant.co.uk. If you find this service helpful and you know other people who are in the helping professions, get them to sign up to the AMA as well, and then they can also email me and ask questions. This is a growing community, and I want to help as much as I can. So let's get this out there and continue to help as many people as we can. So yeah, send me emails and just, yeah, great, let me help. Have a wonderful day. I hope you've enjoyed this little bit of sunshine. Take care, and I'll answer some more questions next week.